Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but you all love when we talk about this $7,500 federal tax credit. So we'll go through a quick topic on how it actually works. I'll give you the website so you can calculate it for yourself to see if you can take advantage of the full $7,500 federal tax credit. And of course, my thoughts on it, and also what changes with that tax credit next year. There's a couple different things you have to be aware about, especially if you're buying a Model 3 or Model Y. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this, right? If you've been looking for shopping for a Model 3 or Model Y, you know that there's this huge, big bubble on the screen, this big box that says there is a $7,500 federal tax credit. And before we go through the sites and I give you all the different tools on where you can calculate it for yourself, I do have to do a little bit of a disclaimer. I am not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, but I have taken advantage of this $7,500 federal tax credit multiple times, and I do my own taxes or our taxes with TurboTax, and it's quickly just a quick entry of the button on the TurboTax software, and you can see that nice big refunded added extra refund with that. So anyways, buying a Model 3 or Model Y right now, if you take delivery this year, you can take advantage of the full $7,500 federal tax credit. And so the quick TLDR on this is that you don't get the tax credit discount at point of sale. This is something that you file for next year when you do your taxes in January through, of course, April, and you get an added extra refund on top of whatever refund that you're supposed to get to, or if it's going to offset what if you owe money to the federal government. And so we'll talk about the different income thresholds and also what changes with this tax credit next year. But this is a really good website to give you some sort of idea of whether you're going to be able to qualify for the full $7,500 or not. And the reason why I say full is because depending on your income, depending on your situation, you might not qualify for that full $7,500 back. So you can see I've got an example on the screen right here. We've got W-2 income, single person that gets a tax credit, or it's a person that gets a paycheck from some sort of employer. It's a whole different story if you're your own business, because then it's depending on how much profit you claim as an individual, or even sole prop, or even 1099 contract or something like that. It's basically how much taxes you pay, you can get some of that back. But we're going to focus on W-2 single individuals because that's really the most easiest. If you can see, I put in an income of $75,000 for the federal government income, single status, and you can see in the federal government line item for the total tax that this person hypothetically would pay, you can see it says that this person in total pays $9,381. This is of course before any sort of other deductions, but this is using the standard deduction for the 2022 year. So this person would most likely qualify for that full $7,500 back, because how it works is you only get back what you have paid. So if you're someone that only makes $50,000 as a single income earner, you can see that bucket goes down to $4,241. So in theory, this person would only get $4,241 back. They wouldn't get anything extra back that they weren't already supposed to pay to the federal government. So hopefully that clears it up for you. It makes a lot of sense. You can see if we put in higher income limits like $125,000, then the federal tax bucket goes up to $20,000. And so the question here is that I know a lot of people are wondering, like, can you buy multiple electric vehicles, multiple electric Teslas, and claim more of that tax credit? And I would say, I'm still not a CPA, but I've also done that. I have met multiple friends that do that. You can essentially do that all the way up to your tax liability. Like again, before, you're not going to get any much more back. You're not going to get more back than what you're supposed to be paying on top of that. Of course, there's other deductions that you could be taking, like 401k, HSA, whatever, or FSA or anything like that. So just be aware of that. So the best thing really is to talk to a CPA if you're going to be buying multiple vehicles like that, to try and understand your situation, because that could be a 7,500 error times 2 or 3 if you're buying multiple vehicles, but that could be the case at the end of the day. You can see there's really weird thresholds where if you make like $65,000, you get close to this 7,500. So it's kind of like diminishing returns as you make less and less, down to $50,000 or even $40,000. But at the end of the day, you're really not supposed to be buying a car more than your income. There's a rule there, 1-to-1. So if you make $70,000, you really shouldn't be buying a $7,000 car. But if you ask people like Dave Ramsey and things like that, but you will most likely get approved for it if you make 1-to-1 the income to the vehicle. And if you're using that vehicle to generate even more income through Turo or Uber or even DoorDash or things like that, then it could make some sense at the end of the day. Of course, this is all separate from the state incentives that are out there. And we're going to talk briefly about that as well. But the state incentives are a little bit easier. Most of them just give you a check in hand. Like for instance, the CVRP program that I know a lot of you are interested about this program. Like this is literally a check in hand within 90 to 120 days after you take delivery and after you place an application on the website, so that you can easily get that check in the mail. But now we're going to talk about what changes with this program, right? There's a lot of things that change every single year through this 7,500 federal tax credit. The first thing we got to be aware about is there are income limits. So if you're single, you cannot make more than $150,000. If you're married, $300,000. But a quick hack with this, if you didn't know, we made a video about this a long time ago, but a quick hack with this is that this is modified adjusted gross income. So you can use tools like 401k contribution, HSA contribution to lower your modified gross income below the income cap thresholds. And on top of that, they look at this year or last year's income, whichever one is lowest. If you take delivery this year, if you want to try and finagle that and work with it within that range. And of course, you are probably aware about the MSRP caps on the vehicle as well, but both the Model 3 and Model Y in all trims and form of qualify for the tax credit. So you don't really have to worry about that. But what does change every single year, including next year, is the first thing is that the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act, is trying to force manufacturers and dealerships, or I don't know how they're actually going to do it. They're going to make this discount point of sale. So in theory, when you go buy the vehicle, when you go to the Tesla website, and if you qualify as an individual, and of course, if you use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, before you place the order and get an extra $500 to $1,000 off, you should be able to see a line item discount here that says minus $7,500. I don't know how that's going to be. They're going to be able to do that because basically Tesla will probably have to take in some like your tax returns or something to be able to make sure you qualify, or maybe there'll be some sort of chargeback if you don't qualify. It's going to be an interesting time, that is for sure. But the other thing with that is that with this tax credit, and that's why the website, if you go to Tesla Model 3 right now, it does say that the reductions to the tax credit are likely after December 31st. And that's because, well, that could be just a sales ploy, but that's because here's the chart on the screen in which every single year, starting in 2024, 2025, you can see that the minimum percentage of battery components produced or manufactured in North America goes up by 10%. So basically it gets more stricter that the vehicle has to have those thresholds, or else it could lose a portion of the tax credit, because right now it is $7,500, but if it doesn't qualify for this minimum percentage, it could lose half of it, half of $37,500 down to $3,750, and the tax credit could potentially be only $3,750 if you buy a Model 3 or maybe even Model Y. You can see the other half, minimum percentage of critical battery minerals extracted, processed, and recycled in nations with free trade agreements. You can see it goes up to 50%. So that's kind of a little bit of an unknown, but Tesla has been able to finagle it this year into getting their vehicles to qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. So really, I don't have any loss of faith, and I really feel like Tesla is going to figure out a will or a way to get their vehicles to qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. But hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Hopefully that clears it up for a lot of you out there that are buying a Tesla vehicle and are wondering, do you even qualify for that full $7,500 federal tax credit? We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. If you're looking for some one-on-one support about getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate and of course the best deal, that's where you can do that at my Patreon app down below in the description. You can ask me questions one-on-one, send me chat messages, and or even schedule a call with me where we can go over your exact situation on how to get the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. Of course, after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, all lower than Tesla financing that most people can qualify for. Well, actually, the one rate that I'm talking about, everyone qualifies for. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Thank you to all my Patreon members and all the supporters out there for sure. Water break. Thanks for coming in. Juan, Philip, Paul, Akshay, Gibson, Juan, Paul. Thank you for coming in. Philip, that last time you emailed me, I sent that copy paste message right to 3D Mats USA. So hopefully, I'm going to follow up with them this week. So hopefully they ship it out. But they did say they were going to ship it out last week. So maybe you'll be able to get it. But I will follow up with them sometime this week so you can get your giveaway of those 3D Mats USA floor mats on top of that. But on top of, speaking of giveaways, we've got 2 giveaways on the channel. So if you're interested in winning this rim case for your Model 3 or Model Y, sponsored by MAGBAK, definitely head on over to our YouTube community page. Scroll down about 2 or 3 posts. You'll find this first giveaway, which is actually the Tesla sipping glasses giveaway that we're giving away. And on top of that, if you scroll down about 6 or 7 posts, you can find this post where we highlight the other giveaway where we're giving away the MAGBAK rim protector kit for your Tesla Model 3 or your Model Y. So definitely check it out. And good luck to everybody out there that is entering into these giveaways. Both of these giveaways actually end this Friday. So we're going to pick the winners for both of these giveaways on stream. So definitely hit that subscribe. And of course, we're going to do some more giveaways next month. And that is for sure. So definitely hit that subscribe if interested in winning that. In this next topic, Tesla has updated their website again now, and now they've added a new functionality for everybody that's looking to place an order in which it takes your current order, what you want or what your pending order, not necessarily your current order, what you're looking for, and it tries to find inventory for you, which is a pretty nice feature at the end of the day. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Whole Mars Catalog. He posted this. Quote, Tesla now shows similar vehicles in inventory near you when ordering online. Really cool feature because yes, when you're ordering a vehicle, it could show you what you're looking to order, but it doesn't really show you more than that. But now if you're looking to place an order for a vehicle, let's take a Model Y and go to order now where you can pick your exact specifications. Of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code on a Model 3 or Model Y, you can get $500 all off plus 3 months of full self-driving. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code down below in the description. But taking a look at this, if you look at the Tesla referral code and click it open, make sure you get that green check mark. But if you go to the website and pick your exact order, let's say you want blue, let's say you want white interior, which I've had 4 Teslas so far. We haven't had white interior yet. This is like the build that I exactly want. And if you hit the continue button, you can now see that it shows you similar options near you. It shows that the referral code is applied and it tells you when you could pick up. You can see a couple of these are in Burbank. You can see there's how it's different, all black interior versus the white interior that I really want. And it tells you that it has either limited availability and whether you can pick it up within a certain time frame. You can see here it shows you price differences, and so this is a pretty cool feature, and this makes a lot of sense as Tesla starts to ramp up more inventory out there. As these inventory charts keep going higher and higher, Tesla needs to figure out more ways how they can easily, cohesively figure out how to get people into the vehicles ASAP. And this makes sense because, like, let's say you're a customer on the website, you're building your vehicle however it is, however you like it, and then right there, right before you place place that deposit. They say, hey, check out this one. You could take delivery this week. It's not black, but it's blue. So why don't you get intrigued and take delivery? So really smart of Tesla to do this. Let me know if you're going to be placing your order soon. Definitely check out the referral code. And thank you to everybody that's used our referral code in the past and in the future. And let me know what your thoughts on it. Is this feature working well with the Tesla website, or is it clunky and you'd rather just go to the Tesla inventory site and find vehicles on the hunt? Because that's usually the fun part, right? At least for me, we always want to get the best deal. And so that's why I love going to waitingfortesla.com, looking for that best discounted Model Y. And that's where the other day we did see Tesla Model Ys in the $5,000 off threshold with like 800 to 1,000 miles, and that is definitely the sweet spot that I'm looking for, and you should be looking for too if you want the best deal on a Tesla. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link to support the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, thanks for coming in, everybody. We got one more topic and then we'll get to all the live stream comments, because that's the benefit, right? You can come in here and ask anything you want, and then we'll certainly get to it. I didn't realize this X thing for the Twitter has converted. I was like looking for the tabs and the Twitter tabs, and it's like all X now. It's like, oh, okay. I forgot that that was actually happening. In this next topic, we're going to talk about how Tesla and Elon's pricing strategy was, quote, actually savage. And we'll talk about why that actually is. But the TLDR on that is basically because as we went through the past couple of years, Tesla kept raising prices, and so did everybody else. And now Tesla has done massive price cuts across the board, or they did in the past few months. And now it is having an effect on some of the other manufacturers out there. But we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So shout out to Car Sales Guy on X, not Twitter, X. Quote, honestly, Tesla and Elon's pricing strategy was savage. Quote, increases prices across the board. We can confirm that throughout all the different years, but by looking at our handy dandy price tracker, you can see from throughout the years, all throughout the months, you can see here from 2021, May of 2021, the Model Y long range was $51,490. You can see there was $500 price increase, $1,000 price increase, $2,000 price increase, all the way up to $56,990, all the way up to a staggering, the Model Y long range not that long ago was $65,999 as a starting point. So loaded with options, you could easily get up to $70,000 pretty quickly. And then that fateful day in January, Elon and the Tesla team decided to drop the price of the Model Y long range from $66,000 down to $53,000. And now, as you know today, the Model Y long range, it starts at a price of $50,490. Basically the same story on the Model 3 side. You can see back in the day in 2021, the Model Y or Model 3 long range was about 46 to 47, went all the way up to 58, and then now it is back down to $47,000. The Model 3 long range or Model 3 standard range is at $38,000 in 2020, went all the way up to $47,000, and then is now back down to $40,000, $240 as a starting price. But you know, as much as we do, inventory vehicles have massive discounts, $3,200 plus $3,200 to $3,300 off. Plus, if you factor in a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, you can get an extra $500 to $1,000 off. So thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code in the past and in the future. But really funny tweet here from Car Sales Guy because, quote, other manufacturers jump into the arena, talking about how all the other manufacturers have now entered into this space with electric vehicles and, quote, able to compete at these higher prices. Yes, because their margins are high, because they probably saw that Tesla set the bar with $66,000 Model Ys and they say, we can do that too. But now Tesla has massively cut prices, really just undercutting everybody else. And that's why Model 3 and Model Y, or especially the Model Y, has certainly been a hot vehicle because it just makes sense. If you stack it with that 7,500 federal tax credit, stack it with any sort of state incentives, it really makes a lot of sense at these prices. And then quote, everyone else is left holding the bag. Really funny tweet from Car Sales Guys, but it's kind of like putting the whole situation of all these different electric vehicles out there from all these different manufacturers into a nice condensed form, because everybody has an electric vehicle now, and essentially all these other electric vehicles are overpriced or really high priced, and really the consumer out there can't necessarily afford it, or they need a good lease payment or something. And now Tesla has gone ahead and dropped the prices of all their vehicles across the board. Now you can get a Model Y for essentially $46,000 before the tax credit, a Model 3 for around $37,000 before the tax credit, and of course the Model 3 and the Model Y qualify for the full $7,500, which a lot of these other manufacturers do not qualify for the full $7,500. But that's probably why you're interested in a Model 3 or Model Y, because it just makes a lot of sense. You've done the values, you've done the payment and everything, but at the end of the day, they still are expensive vehicles. And that's why we created this channel, to figure out for most people, or to help people get the best deal on a Tesla, get the best financing on a Tesla. So you can get all that support at my Patreon link down below in the description. If you want to access the Patreon link, we can get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And thank you. All right. Let's see what else we got. If you're just joining in, welcome. We briefly talked about the 7,500 federal tax credit, but my quick TLDR is you can take full advantage, give or take, of the full 7,500 as long as you make $75,000 W-2 income plus. If you make anything less like that, then you will get diminishing returns, and you probably will not be able to take advantage of the full tax credit. So just FYI, of course, consult a CPA before you make some big moves like purchasing a vehicle to make sure you qualify for the full amount back. Juan, thanks for coming in. Philip, thanks for coming in. Paul, thanks for coming in. Akshay, thanks for coming in. Good evening as well. Gibson, sup dude, sup, welcome in. Philip, Cybertruck tax credit. Yeah, I mean, a portion of me does feel like if the Cybertruck comes in at under $80,000, that would be amazing. Of course, then you'll be able to take advantage of the full $7,500 federal tax credit. But a portion of me does think that it's going to be a way higher than that, and it is going to be above $80,000, maybe even $90,000 to $100,000, and it will not be able to qualify for the tax credit because trucks, SUVs have to be under $80,000 to qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. But this is the website, the best website, because it's fueleconomy.gov from the government, where you can see which vehicles qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. You can see some vehicles only qualify for half of it, down to like $3,750, and of course some vehicles might not even qualify for the whole thing. So this website looks like it was just updated on 7/20, so pretty good actually. Juan, I took delivery of my Model Y this Saturday. So excited to learn all the features. Juan, congrats to you. Congrats on enjoy it in good health. The Tesla is definitely a weird one to drive initially, but once you get used to the ecosystem and everything, it is really a special vehicle with all the technology. But if anybody's out there about to take delivery of a Tesla or just took delivery, definitely check out our Tesla accessory codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA for a premium floor mat. We got RIVIAN for Tesla accessories. We got Jawa for really nice Tesla accessories, and we got MAGBAK as well for interior Tesla accessories as well. Definitely check them out. All discount codes are posted down below in the description. Paul, thanks for coming in. Gibson, I truly think that the prices of the 3 and the Y will start to gradually increase once the tax credit is applied on delivery. Hopefully they will release the Highland this year because I'd rather file for it. Yeah, Gibson, good point, because Tesla has been known to fluctuate prices a lot, and so if they know that people are getting that full $7,500 at point of sale, and there's probably a lot of people out there waiting for that, I could easily see them increasing the prices by 1,000, 2,000. I mean, they might as well, right? Just to see, especially if inventory starts to go on the decrease and more vehicles start to sell. Michael, I locked in the discount one for 48,900. Nice. Congrats to you, Michael. Just a viewer, welcome back. If Austin made Model Y with VIN A142 is hardware 4, ooh, that's a tough one. I think there's a website. We made a video on the channel where we found this website. I think it was by Not a Tesla app, where you can log in with your Tesla and figure out if your vehicle has hardware 4. I'm not really sure if that specific VIN has it. The other recommendation I would have is go to Tesla Motors Club's Tesla Motor Club forum. There's usually like waiting rooms where you can figure out and see based upon other people's VIN to see if whether they have hardware 4 or not, and that's a good resource so you can try and figure it out from there. And you can see, like, here's another one. Here's it, for instance, these people ordered, they haven't got their delivery date yet, but they could have their VIN, and people kind of report back as they take delivery and as whether they have hardware 3.0 or hardware 4.0 or not. In this next topic, it seems like a Cybertruck was spotted again, and this time it's in camo, and someone was able to get super close to the Cybertruck. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Jan. Quote, as promised, a close-up video of the Cybertruck we saw this afternoon. Quote, it looks great in camo. Elon, you should consider offering money this kind of optional color wraps. From far, the Cybertruck looks unreal, and closer it looks better on the photos. This truck comes straight from a science fiction movie. By the way, I was impressed to see that it was for real and didn't pay attention on the side of the road approaching the Cybertruck, and I fall from my e-bike. Painful accident, but great experience. So let's unpack this, because we're just going to let this video scroll through. You can see this person was able to get super close. So this is not even like a parking spot. It looks like this was maybe some sort of setup. They try to hide it behind this grassy wall like Homer Simpson. There's like this cable that's sticking out, not necessarily a good look. You can see the flashing of the LEDs because, of course, the frame rate of the camera. So it's not an error. It's just how it is. We've got manufacturer plates. So it is a Tesla vehicle. We can confirm that. But of course, this is definitely a Tesla vehicle because it's a Cybertruck. I would love to see really up close. I wish this person got a little bit more up close of the wrap and how it's actually being put on, but does look like a pretty decent job at the end of the day. We've got the rims, the black rims, and look like high gloss black. We've got 285, 65, 20-inch rims as well with a meaty tire, but really cool to see that this truck is not, a fake truck. It's actually out there, and hopefully we should see some sort of delivery event. I was hoping for September, but it does not look like it's actually going to be September at this point, because on that last earnings call they just said later this year, which could be a really fluid moving statement, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the last topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below the description is Patreon link. You support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, so definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Michael, my girlfriend just ordered a 2023 Model 3 Performance, white exterior, black interior, and use your referral code. Appreciate all your videos. No, thank you, Michael. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for using the referral code. If you are out there, if you've not placed your order yet, I'll show you the exact steps on how to get the best deal. First, check out our Tesla referral code down below in the description, because if you use our Tesla referral code, you can get anywhere from $500 to $1,000 off. So click it open first. Make sure it loads onto the screen like this. Then head on over to our second favorite website, waitingfortesla.com. Find out which vehicle that's near you that has a hefty discount. I like $3,000 to $5,000 off. You might like a different number. Then hit the reserve button, let it load. Make sure you get this green check mark that it shows that it's linked up, so that you can make sure to get that $500 off plus 3 months of full self-driving. Then go ahead and place the deposit to secure the vehicle, and then prepare for delivery, because Tesla is definitely going to hassle you, especially in these next few days, because it is the end of the month, not end of the quarter, but end of the month. All right, let's see. In this next topic, we have not talked about the California Rebate Project, or the CVRP program, in a while. It stands for California Vehicle Rebate Project, but it seems like or Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. It seems like there's some big updates to this, and unfortunately, it does look like this money is starting to get depleted. So just FYI out there, most people will probably qualify for $2,000, but some people might qualify for the full $7,500 check. So just FYI out there, we're going to go through what we have found. I've found some other inside stuff, but if you're in California, this applies definitely to you, especially if you're within these income limits. So let us take a look exactly what we're looking at. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So this is the website, Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. Well, how this usually works, if they still got funding for you, after you take delivery of your Tesla vehicle, Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, then you go to this website and hit this apply for rebate. You can see here that there's plenty of vehicles on this list, and this could be why this program is starting to run out of funding, because a lot of vehicles qualify off this list, including the Model 3 and the Model Y for $2,000 for most people, but all the way up to $7,500 for low income people. But here are the actual stats on it. You basically have to make under $135,000 for single filers and under $200,000 for joint filers or married couples for that matter. But here's the latest updates from this. It seems like the next regular update is scheduled for August 15th. Quote, due to limited funding, CVRP does not expect to continue accepting new applications after funding is depleted. So that seems to be the latest update. So you might be asking yourself, when will funding be depleted? And we've got a couple articles on where people are actually projecting that or predicting that. But before we get into that, here's the other summary of the August 15 updates. CVRP will introduce an EV charge card in addition to the increased rebate incentive. So this is for people in low income that qualify for the $7,500. So it seems like they'll be able to get a total valuation of $9,500. Quote, all approved BEVs and FEV increased rebate applications will be mailed a $2,000 charge card to offset the costs of electric vehicle charging. So that's really for the low income people. But taking a look here, we can see that if you're eligible for the low income, this is the income thresholds for it. If you're a single person, $54,360, all the way up to, if you've got a family of four, then $111,000. And so maybe people with bigger families or even small business owners might be able to qualify for this. But taking a look at this article from RTO Insider, headline, California EV rebate program is expected to run empty ahead of plan. Tesla price drops deplete funding originally projected to last through 2024. So basically to last through next year. We've got another update from here. You can see this is the California Air Resource Board, or CARB. They had a meeting on May 30th, and you can see there's a subject right here that says updated end of funding projections. So you can see right here, you can see for the actual takeaway there is, where is it? Right, I was just finding it. It says right here that, where did it go? Basically, it says something about the fact that the increased funding, or the funding, is supposed to end about, here we go. Key takeaways. CVRP is now projected to run out of funds by October or November of this year, which that sounds like a while from now. But if you're buying a Tesla vehicle now, you have to apply within 90 days, and it takes 90 days or 120 days to get that check. So you're kind of running a little bit of a gamble here, because 90 days to 120 days from now could be October or November. Quote, more than a year earlier than projected in the recent funding plan, lower income consumers in the market for the new ZEV will have a limited opportunity to stack CVRP with CARB other vehicle incentives. The quick depletion of the remaining funds does not provide the opportunity for staff to make any changes to the program that would be impactful. Current plan is to run the program as is until funds are exhausted. And so the big thing here is with the CVRP, this program had like $350 million, and that's a pretty quick time to run out of all those funds throughout the end of this year. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Over to our other program that is widely talked about in the same breath is the CVAP program. This is for low-income individuals as well. And it seems like this program is now closed. It says CVA program is now closed to new individuals. But this program was a lot harder to to apply for. You had to live in a certain area and also have low income. And so definitely some pretty interesting stuff out there. If you're aware of, if you're affected, let us know. Put it down in the comments. If you got a pending application, let us know. As it being approved. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to jump into the next topic, or the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is Patreon link. Support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. David, where can you find out if your Tesla has hardware for or not. I think it's not a Tesla app. Hardware for checker. Maybe it's this. Let's see. No, this is not it. Maybe it was, what was it? It was like Tesla hardware for online checker. Oh, well, that's the, I guess we could click it. Let's see. Let's skip through. Tesla Scope. That's what it was. Tesla Scope hardware for online checker. Here we go. Autopilot check. Okay, here's the website. There it is. Let us know if it works. You got to connect your Tesla account, so FYI on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the comments. Definitely check out the link down below in the description if you want to save some money on Tesla accessories. Definitely check out our giveaways on the channel. If you're interested in winning this rim case from MAGBAK, you got to go to our YouTube community page on the channel. It's right here where you can find the giveaway post. The first one's like 2 posts down, and the next one's like 6 or 7 posts down. Both of those giveaways end this Friday, so good luck to everybody on that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.